Hello again everyone. In this video, I'd like to try to elucidate a topic that I think is very important in linguistics, and that is semantics. So what is semantics? Semantics is the study of meaning in language. There are two branches of semantics, and they are lexical semantics and compositional semantics. What is meant by lexical semantics? From the name, I bet that you all already know the meaning of lexical semantics, because lexical means word, right? So lexical semantics is a branch of semantics that deals with meaning of words. Now the second branch of semantics, namely compositional semantics, is quite related to lexical semantics. Compositional semantics deals with meaning of sentences, and it studies how the meaning of sentences is derived from the words. So now you understand that we have both lexical semantics and compositional semantics. Okay, now when we're talking about meaning in language, we're gonna try to find a framework to understand how we identify the meaning of words and sentences. When we learn a new language, we're gonna try to identify meaning of words by various things. And I would like to propose 4 main theories that deal with meaning of words in semantics. The first one is related to dictionary meanings. So when we try to identify meaning of a word, we might try to look for its meaning in a dictionary. For example, when we try to find the meaning of a table, then we're gonna try to search for the word table in a dictionary, and we might find the definition of that word in the dictionary. That kind of meaning, the definition of the word in the dictionary, is called dictionary meaning. And then we have the second theory to meaning, and that is mental image. Mental image is related to the image that we produce in our mind when we try to understand a word. So for example, when I say chair, and then you listen to my statement, to the word that I uttered when I say chair, and then you picture something in your mind when hearing the word. That picture is the so-called mental image. So we have dictionary meaning, and then we also have mental image. And then the third theory of meaning is reference. Some words might have reference in the real world. For example, we might have Endarto as a word, right? Endarto is a name, and in this case it's my name. So the word Endarto is meaningful, it has meaning, and the referent to that word is me. I'm the referent, I'm the object in the real world that is represented by that word, by the word Endarto. So words might have reference in the real world. And the last one is componential theory. It's actually from the word components. According to this theory, the meaning of a word can be broken down into smaller semantic components. So for example, when we have the word woman, it would have several characteristics, like it has to be human, and then it has to be female, and it also has to be an adult. So a woman is a female, a human, and also an adult. Those are the components of the word woman. Now you understand that in identifying the meaning of words, we're gonna need various frameworks. So we might try to refer to the dictionary to find out the dictionary meaning, We might also try to identify the mental image that the word signifies, or we might try to find the reference of the words in the real world, or we might also try to identify the components, the semantic components that the word has. Those are for theories in lexical semantics. In addition to the theories of meaning, in lexical semantics we also have the so-called lexical relations. When we're talking about lexical relations, it means that we're dealing with things like synonyms, antonyms, polysemies, hyponyms, and also homonyms. Lexical relations are primarily about how one word can be defined in relation to another word. That is lexical relations. So you might understand a word by contrasting or comparing the word with another word. Now moving on to compositional semantics, we are dealing with the meaning of sentences that are quite related to lexical semantics, because in compositional semantics we try to understand the meaning of sentences from the meaning of words. In other words, we're trying to understand the sentences from a literal sense. So we're talking about literal meaning here. In compositional semantics, we have some topics that are quite interesting to study, like ambiguity. So we might try to find out or analyze how sentences could be ambiguous because they have different meanings. So for example, when somebody say, a man drove past a bank, or a man drove past the bank, that sentence is quite ambiguous. It's due to the word bank, because if you refer to the dictionary, the word bank might have two different meanings. The first one, it might mean a financial institution where we can invest or borrow some money, while secondly, it might also mean a part of a river. So it might mean the land alongside or sloping down to a river. That is the second meaning of bank. So in this case, a sentence might become ambiguous when it has several meanings. And that's why I said that compositional semantics is quite related to lexical semantics. Another aspect that I think is quite interesting to study in compositional semantics is entailment. And that is how the meaning of a sentence relate to the correctness or to the trueness of another sentence. Take an example. If we have two sentences, the first one is John murdered the president, and then the second sentence, that is, the president is dead, we can say that if the first sentence is correct, John murdered the president is correct or true, then we can say that the second sentence must also be correct for the first sentence to be true. That kind of relationship is called entailment, because when John murdered the president, it should also mean that the president is dead, right? Because the word kill, to kill means to make somebody else dead, right? So that kind of relationship is called entailment. Now that I've explained what semantics is, I hope that you get a clearer picture of the idea. And I also hope that you can better understand how semantics can provide a framework to study meaning in language. I think that's all I can say in this video. See you in the next meeting. Bye bye.
Now now.